Well, Chris, here we are. As the time this is going to air, it is Patrick's birthday. The Big 25 is upon us here, man. He was 21 years old, a junior out of Texas Tech when he comes here to Kansas City. What a journey, man. We're getting ready to celebrate with the 15 and the Mahomes, birthday with the Mahomes event here today. What a journey this has been, man. I know that's a loaded question, but wow, it's been truly incredible for the people in Kansas City, and I know for you guys as well.
It has. It's been an amazing journey and just so proud of him. So thankful to Chiefs Kingdom, so thankful to the community of Kansas City, to the coaching staff, to the front office, but more than anything to the fans. Thank you for loving our guy and welcoming him in to your community and treating him and Brittany and the whole family with just such great hospitality. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Absolutely. Chris, you guys signed the big 10-year extension. When you sat down with Patrick and the Chiefs to work out his new contract, what made the 10-year extension the right choice for you and the Chiefs over maybe a short-term deal where you can see what the market grows to in the coming years with Lamar Jackson's future deal, for instance?
Well, let me tell you guys this. We worked on that deal on over 18 months.
Wow.
Put a lot of time and energy and effort into that. And I could give you the calculus on a lot of different things with the breakdowns and future contracts, short-term versus long-term, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What I can promise you is that ultimately we figure out a deal that gave Patrick the greatest, the largest deal in sports history, but more than anything, bigger than numbers and even bigger than the guarantees that are in there, which it's really the first of its kind. It's very unique that way. Everything's lined up in Kansas City to be a dynasty. And that's the one thing that players always want to do. They want to play for a ring, right? And he's already gotten one, and we're going to chase greatness here. And we've got the right head coach, the right front office, the right ownership. Again, more than anything, the best fans in the NFL and just great talent around him. So we've got a chance to really build a dynasty here. And one day when he looks back on his career, that's what it's going to matter more than anything. But we were able to get the dollars and cents squared away, the guarantees squared away. When you've got something great, you don't mess with it. And he's excited to be a Chief. We're excited for him to be a Chief for a long time.
Well, I tell you what, Kansas City, one of the few places maybe where 2020 hasn't been so bad, Chris. We get the Super Bowl championship here. Patrick Mahomes signs the extension. He gets engaged. He gets his Super Bowl ring where the Chiefs start out 1-0. Just from all the uncertainty and all the things that have gone on over the past 6 months, just seeing the ball kicked off at Arrowhead Stadium last Thursday night, what was some of the feelings between you and kind of the Steinberg Sports group? What was it like kind of seeing that to all manifest itself and say, hey, we're going to be able to do this. There's fans at Arrowhead. We're going to forge on, and things are going to get back to some level of normalcy.
Well, you know what, man? First and most important, all praise to God. And that was really a divine thing there. And I want to give praise to the NFL and the NFLPA, the leadership of those two organizations that have worked incredibly hard to keep football afloat during a very difficult time. And credit to the Chiefs organization. Again, it all starts with the Hunt family and Coach Reed. And then obviously Brett Veach, the GM, did a great job of keeping that roster in place to be able to start and add to it. But then some of the unsung heroes, the president, Mark Donovan, the head of PR, Ted Cruz, the head of business operations, Tyler Epp, and their respective staffs. They did an amazing job of pulling off opening night, which was not easy by any stretch of the imagination, and they did it with grace. And sometimes when you're good at something, you make it look easy. People don't realize how heavy that weight is to lift, and when you do it that way, it's often forgotten, but they lifted a very heavy weight and made it look easy. So again, all praise to God and kudos to some great leaders with the union, the league, and the Chiefs.
Very well said, Chris. And can you put into words what Patrick has done so far in his young career and kind of what it's meant to you and Steinberg Sports and just kind of the town and city of Kansas City? I mean, he's got a league MVP, Super Bowl MVP, and becoming not only the face of the league, but a pivotal member in the NFL players' fight for social justice and getting the word out to vote.
Well, I'll tell you this. He's given it all to God, and he's left it all on the field. That's for sure. In addition to that, he's just been a leader in every aspect. He's won the locker room by meaning what he says, saying what he means, leading by example, leading in word. And again, you've got a very special man there in Coach Reed who sets the tone on a daily basis. And that's what makes the Chiefs so special as an organization. So just proud of Patrick and the hard work that he puts in. I don't know anyone who works harder. He takes us very seriously. And when you see excellence on Sunday, it's because of the work that got put in Monday through Saturday.
Well, I know we're talking about hopefully building a dynasty here in Kansas City, but one of your new clients, Jerry Jeudy there in Denver, makes his debut. Of course, Tua Tagovailoa out there in Miami, kind of awaiting his turn. Just talk about some of the exciting things going on at Steinberg Sports. I mean, you guys talk about an organization on the rise. We've had Lee on this show multiple times. I just have so much respect for the work that you guys do. Talk about some of the cool things going on there. A lot of big clients coming up, and maybe Denver will have a say in this thing after all with your new client out there, Jerry Jeudy, and our guy Drew Lock here from Kansas City.
Absolutely. Well, it all starts with our chairman, our founder, Lee Steinberg. Lee has the roadmap, the architecture of how to build a great agency that serves clients and their families. So kudos always to Mr. Steinberg, and then kudos to our staff. We have incredible people on staff. Our Vice President, Julia Farron, our various directors, Selwyn Roberts, Jawan Brown, Mariah Haynes, Jordan Hickman, Matt Steinberg, Ian Hill, doing an incredible job. And our operations assistants, folks like Safet Bishen and Juliana Rubin and Ishmael Lawrence and Greg Dauber, they all do an amazing job. So incredible work there by our team. I'm blessed to work with great folks that if we didn't work together, we'd still be friends. And that means a lot to me because it is a family atmosphere here. So we're really blessed and lucky to have a great group here. I'm blessed to serve, truly. Jerry Jeudy, you mentioned Tua Tagovailoa, you mentioned incredible young men that have done a great job. Kudos to Coach Saban, the University of Alabama. Bama does a great job of preparing guys to play and be true leaders once they get into the NFL. And this draft class is just an amazing group. Harrison Hand in Minnesota, Keith Ismail in Washington. Patrick Taylor's injured right now. He's starting the year on the injured roster with the Packers, but he's a special player with a bright future ahead of him. So proud of our young guys.
Well, Chris, kind of before we get you out of here, and we want to thank you for your time today, I wanted to go back kind of when you first saw Patrick Mahomes. What was that process like between seeing the tape of Patrick his freshman year and ultimately signing him on as a client? Just what all went into that? I know Brett Veach and you, I think Brett sent you a text today for 94 consecutive days, so that was part of it.
That was more than a text. That Brett is a special man. He and I are the same age. We grew up in a 90-mile radius in Pennsylvania. Coach Nagy as well. We were all the same year in high school. Guys I ran track with at Coatesville High, played football with those two at Delaware. So we always knew of each other. And when Matt was rising in coaching and Brett was rising in personnel, I was rising in agency. And I have so much respect for those guys. And yeah, Brett and I spoke every day for 94 days. When Brett Veach wants to get something done, he's a real force of nature. So kudos to Brett on a job well done there. Patrick Mahomes, he's the unicorn. He's an amazing man on and off the field, amazing parents, amazing family. I remember the first time I saw him throw a ball against Oklahoma State as a true freshman. I said, wow, and look at this arm talent here. And he was obviously early in his career. He's still learning as a college player. He was splitting his time between baseball and football. And what you just saw was this ridiculous playmaking ability, incredible arm talent, a true competitor, but just someone who loved the game. And that blew my mind. I felt like I was watching someone playing point guard on a football field, something I'd really never seen before. And then had the opportunity to get to know him and his mom and his dad, and just an incredible family. Randy, his mother, is probably one of the most charming people I've ever met. His father, Pat, is one of the most respectful humans I've ever met. Really groomed him well, raised him well. The two of them did an incredible job of parenting Patrick. And I remember the first time we ever met him. He was just polite and kind and genuine and real. And that's the thing with Patrick. The man is even more outstanding than the player. He really is the unicorn. He's a special person. And the thing that I love is that I'm seeing a lot of young players in this league and even some older players in this league being rubbed off on by Patrick. It's a special thing. So it's really an honor to celebrate an incredible man, to 25 and many more. And I just want to say kudos to Marcus Fitch, the executive director of our 15 to Mahomes Foundation. Marcus does an amazing job. And thank you all for working so hard with him to spread the good news about what's happening with 15 to Mahomes.
Well, it's been a true pleasure, Chris. Thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on everything that's going on over there, guys. We want to urge you to head over to steinbergsports.com to check out all the goings on. Let's have a great game here in Los Angeles. Chiefs are coming out your way, man. So let's get a win here this week. And hey, all good from here, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, my man. God bless you guys.
You bet.
It was
God
an honor.
bless.
Thank you. Back at you.
Honor's mine.